Welcome back. Thank you once again for joining us. My voice is sounding terribly raspy, but I'm sure that you can still pick up what it is I'm trying to say to you. I'm struggling with it. Perhaps it can be a bit of a metaphor for the struggles of women to get into the world of science. But that struggle has been overcome by one of my guests, so I think it's best that I also just be strong and overcome this voice. I'm joined now by Professor Phindile Lukhele-Olorunju. She is one of the she's the head of Africa Institute of South Africa in the HSRC, and your research was in genetics and plant breeding as well, so I'm quite correct in saying that you've overcome some of the struggles that women face in the world of science, because you are doing really well. Good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here at the show.
Now, your participation at this event is that you were one of the people who helped to select some of the stakeholders that will be here, some of the scientists that will be joining us. What sort of criteria did you use?
Well, with the scientists and the participants, we were literally looking at experts and professionals in their field, especially in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, as well as in the social sciences and human and social sciences. And for the participants, we looked for people that are going to fit in all these different, disciplines.
Being a gender summit, of course, gender has a lot to do with it. Could you tell us the ratio, male-female?
Well, currently we have a high number of ladies and, well, maybe 30% men. But as far as the speakers are concerned, we tried to balance. But still, there's a high, there's a tilt on the women.
I must be honest, I was pleasantly surprised in that I saw a lot of women of color, in fact, speaking to us here this morning, which says to me that there is, although it might be slow, some sort of change in trajectory as to the involvement of women in the world of science.
Oh, definitely. There are a number of women, you want to call them of color, I want to call them black. There are a number of women in the sciences, and this is quite encouraging, especially with the young generation. There are a lot of them in different disciplines, in agriculture, in medicine, in pure sciences, even in social sciences and human and social sciences. We have a lot of women there that are really, we want to say we are looking forward to a bright, gender-balanced Africa in terms of science.
Now, what also stood out was that it's a multidisciplinary approach that you're taking today. I believe there are policymakers, there are scientists. We also have, people who are in governance. We have people who are gender activists. You would have never put scientists and gender activists together, one might think. Speak to us about that pool of people that you brought together and why it is that you made it so versatile.
Well, the main important thing here is to make sure that even the people in natural sciences, they currently understand that whatever product, whatever innovation or technology they produce, it is for the people out there. So they have to know the social aspect, they have to mainstream, the gender and the socio-cultural, inclusion in some of this natural science research and technology that they produce.
First time in Africa, this gender summit. I take it people from all over the world will converge.
Yes, we have people from Africa, we have people from the Americas, we have people from Asia, we have people from Europe, and we have a lot from Africa. A lot of countries from Africa have come here. East, Central, West, North Africa, they are all here. Even the speakers are a mix of people from all over the continent, the 5 regions of the continent.
And what was their response? So, when you're contacting people, we would like you to participate. We are in South Africa, to be exact, although it's the first time in the continent. Bearing in mind some of the recent events that we have had in South Africa, some of the unrest that we've experienced, what were people saying when it came to coming? Did you have an influx of those who wanted to attend, or perhaps some said would rather not?
We had an influx. Actually, we were so excited because people were excited having the Gender Summit in Africa. We did not have problems at all having people come. The speakers, it was a one time, can you be? They say yes. They jumped onto it. The people in the workshops, can you? Oh yes. Some of them organized themselves and made sure that they come as a team. We have a lot of teamwork. team people that are coming for the Gender Summit, especially for the workshops, and because we want the workshops to be interactive. You know, not just a one-to-one. We want people, not just the panelists speaking, not just the experts. You can ask questions, you can tell them what you're doing. It's a very interactive workshop or summit that we want to have, actually.
And it's over 3 days, so perhaps you can just give us a glimpse of what we can expect day 1, day 2, day 3.
Well, on the first day, we have the plenary sessions, then we have parallel sessions, 4 parallel sessions with different themes and topics, and then in the afternoons we have the key engagement fora where people are going to interact now, talk about practical things, what they do, you know, not just theory, and encourage, especially the young people. We have a lot of young people. We've invited a lot of the young scientists.
I love that. When you introduce youth, you're speaking our language. All right, let's leave it there at least for now. Thank you so very much for joining us, Prof. And we're going to say goodbye to our SABC 2 viewers.